Hello! It's time to wrap up the books that I read in April. This is the video where I just talk about all the statistics and things of the reading that I did. If you would like to watch my various wrap-ups, then they will be linked down below in the description bar for you. But I read 24 books in April, which is crazy. 12 of them were for the Newts, 6 of them were for my middle grade reading challenge, and 4 of them were for my The Infernal Devices and Chain of Gold reading challenge, all of which are up. So I have actually spoken about all but one of these books in various videos, so you can go and watch those if you want, like I said. But for this video I'm going to quickly run through the books that I read and then just some interesting to me statistics of how that all broke down. This is not going to be in any particular order. I've just piled the books up next to me and I'm going to tell you the names, genres and age ranges of all of them. So, Tales of Beadle the Bard by J.K. Rowling. This is the edition illustrated by Chris Riddle and it is young adult, middle grade fantasy. Volumes 1 and 2 of Monstrous by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. These are fantasy graphic novels for adults, definitely. Wide Sargasso Sea by Jean Rees is an adult classic. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren is an adult romance. The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary is also adult romance. And then the next 6 are all middle grade fantasy. So we have The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexandra Bracken, A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison, The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson, The Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger, Furthermore by Tara Muffy, and Varjakpur by S.F. Said. And then I believe that all of the others are young adult fantasy. So those are 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, which is actually an anthology of various authors and it was edited by Ellen O and Elsie Chapman. This is actually the only book that I haven't officially wrapped up anywhere else, and I might actually do a dedicated review of this because it was my first anthology of stories and I thoroughly enjoyed reading it and I feel like I've got a fair amount I want to say, so I might review this soon. An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson, Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, Mort by Terry Pratchett, Sea Witch by Sarah Henning, The Hazel Wood by Melissa Albert, The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince and Clockwork Princess, which are all 3 of the books in the Infernal Devices series by Cassandra Clare, and Chain of Gold, also by Cassandra Clare, which is the first book in the new Last Hours series. So those are the 24 books that I read in the month of April. It's completely insane to me that I read that many books in 1 month. I guess this is what happens when you don't have to commute to work anymore, but I read during my commute, so I don't know. I did listen to a lot of audiobooks this month, like the vast majority, I'd say 90 or more % of these books were read and listened to at the same time, and I listen at 2 times speed when I'm following along or rereading an audiobook, so that certainly contributed big time to this massive number of books. But in terms of the things that I like to keep track of, I have done recent wrap-ups and reading challenges for the majority of these books, so I'm going to count that as me having done a book review this month. And as I said before, I may do a dedicated review of 1,000 Beginnings and Endings because there are some specific stories that I want to pick out and speak about. I did read one classic. This is a prequel to Jane Eyre. Although this is a middle grade story, technically it falls in the middle grade horror category, so I did read one horror, and as we've established, I'm a wimp anyway, so that's pretty much it for me regardless. I actually didn't read any science fiction in the month of April. That's okay though, I've read 3 in January, 3 in February and 3 in March, so I'm not too worried about the fact that I didn't read any in April, but I am a little bit surprised by that actually. I also read 2 contemporary and 2 romance. They just happen to be the same 2. These are both contemporary and they're both romance. Arguably, this trilogy is also romance because, like I said in my reading challenge video, the focus of the story in these books is much more on the romantic plot lines, I thought, than on the demon fighting ones, but that's just my impression. And also, these 3 and this book are all based in Victorian and Edwardian London, so these are also historical fiction, they're just historical fantasy. So I'm counting those as historical fiction reads as well. I also continued 2 series this month by reading Crown of Midnight and The Heart of Betrayal. This is the Throne of Glass series and this is the Kiss of Deception, oh no, the Remnant Chronicles series. I don't know why I can never remember that name. So I've done pretty well in terms of my goals for reading this month. I mean, that's not surprising given the sheer volume of books that I read. That's why I'm so surprised that I didn't actually read any science fiction. So in 24 books, not even one of them was science fiction. So I don't really know how that happened, but there we go. If you've seen my May TBR video, you will know that I am prioritising reading sequels in the month of May, so there probably won't be as much variation in terms of genre because these are series that have been ongoing for a while before I started really focusing in on reading broadly in terms of genre, but that is okay because one of my goals is to continue with series anyway. So that was just a very quick, hopefully, video running very briefly through the 24 books that I read in April. Did you have a good reading month or are you struggling to concentrate? I certainly was. Without the help of audiobooks, I would not have read anywhere near this amount of books. Really, audiobooks pulled me through this month. I'm hoping to rely on them a little bit less in the month of May. Did you find any new favourites this month? Let me know. But that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more like this from me, then do think about hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you here again soon. Thanks, bye!